Hey, it's Danielle from Banning Lane, and I am here with a Scraplift Saturday video. Now, I'm just starting off by showing you the inspiration piece that I chose. Hannah made this really cute Halloween mood board since it's Halloween, and I definitely decided to use it. I'm also showing you the layout that I am choosing to Scraplift. This one's by Sue's Fish, and I just think it's really cute and will work well with my photo that I chose. So I'm going to be scrapbooking this photo of my daughter on her first Halloween. And then the products that I'm using mostly came from a digital set that I bought from thelilypad.com. And I will link to that down below in case you're interested. And I decided at first I wanted to use an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, but I actually changed my mind once I started working on it. So you see here that I have all of my papers cut down, a few thickers out, and I'm ready to kind of put my layout together. Now I'm backing my photo with a little black polka dot piece of pattern paper, and I got this from a past Felicity Jane kit. For the most part, I'm sticking pretty close to the layout that I'm scraplifting. I really didn't think too much about it. I just pretty much followed the design of that layout. I add a few other touches that you'll see later in the video, but right now I'm working on just getting these little strips of pattern paper positioned quite right. I have the layout that Sue's did up on my computer, so I'm referencing that to see how she kind of placed these strips of paper. I really liked the way her layout looked, so I decided that this was one I didn't have to think about. I could just really mimic hers and get everything how she did it, and then I should like mine in the end, hopefully. I really like the look of these Halloween papers though. They're not in your face Halloween. They're pretty subtle, and I really like that. So once I get my papers in place, I start working on my title. Now I'm using these stickers that sort of look like canvas. I think they're meant to be maybe misted, or you can change the color or whatnot of them, but I just decided to leave them plain. And I also printed out a word from my computer that I'm going to use as a stencil for a stitched word. So I'm just showing you here that I took my layout over to the sewing machine and I just stitched around a couple of the squares. I decided to stitch on the orange ones, and I'm just getting this green square back in place. I had to take a few of the strips off to be able to stitch on them. And I like that the stitching on those squares just adds a little bit of fun texture to that area of my layout. And now I'm going to get working on this title. Now I know Suze does an amazing job at stitch titles. I've seen many of her layouts that are just absolutely beautiful. And so I decided to give it a try, especially since the layout that I am scraplifting has a stitched title on it. So I just went to my computer and I picked out a font that I thought would be cute. And now I'm going through the process of getting this taken care of. It took a really long time, but I think it turned out cute. So I'm just taking my Tim Holtz piercer and I'm poking all the little holes. You can see that that is done, and that wasn't too hard. I decided to make them a little bit closer together just so that it would look right. And now I've skipped ahead. However, this is the next day. I worked on it pretty late into the night, and then I'm finishing up the next day. But I just did a basic stitch, and I, just kept stitching until it was done. It took a long time though, but I think it looks really cute. You can see here that the back is quite a mess, but it shouldn't be a big deal. That's going to be behind it. I think it was worth the mess and worth the time that it took. So once I get that done, I put those stickers back into place, and so my title is going to be Homemade Halloween. So sadly at this point my video kind of breaks. My phone ran out of space and it stopped recording, and I didn't totally realize it. So a lot of my process didn't get recorded, but I'm just going to kind of go over with you what I did. I added a little cluster of a little cat and a gold sequence and a black star above my title. And then to add a little bit more interest to these strips, I put this little circle that came from that digital package that I got. It says absolute cutest, and then I just took 2 orange enamel dots and I put on this orange strip. To the side of my photo, I put this little frame. It's like a scalloped cream frame. I thought it kind of matched the neutrals of my title. And now I just need to finish up my my journaling. So what I talk about in my journaling is how I always wanted to be the mom that made the Halloween costumes each year. And I was excited to start that tradition on my daughter's first Halloween, and it was just a lot of fun for me. That is why I picked the title Homemade Halloween. And I kind of wish I had made my journaling lines stretch across the whole sheet and not just under my title. I think it would have looked better. But overall, I'm happy with it. And I definitely wasn't going to redo it. I wasn't going to restitch that title, so I'm definitely calling it good. And then just to finish off my layout, I'm taking my pen and drawing some messy lines around my whole page. And then I call this layout good. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to check out the other videos today. I know there's going to be at least one. I know Sherry from Sherry's Scrappy Shares is going to share a fun Halloween project, so be sure to check that out. And I also wanted to just say happy Halloween, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. All right, bye-bye.